Ok, siguen las explosiones, se escuchan helicópteros, son las 1:58 de la mañana. Están atacando el fuerte Fiuna.
Real? Real or Arma 3?
Ok, siguen las explosiones.
Chat, I thought this place was in Cuba.
Ahorita a las 2:05 de la madrugada oyó la puerta.
No? Maybe not. Jesus. Is that real?
Mira ya, mira el quemado. Mira ya, mira el
Jesus.
quemado.
Chat, guys, these accounts, I don't know what these are. Are these like real?
Acaba de sonar un mal. Amor, acaba de sonar un avión.
That's scary in the middle of the city like that, but it says it's hitting some military buildings. True or false?
Acaba de sonar un mal.
Is it upcoming album Bully? Well, there's no AI.
Amor, acaba de sonar un avión. Acaba de sonar un mal.
Sponsored by Applebee's. Oh, this one's fucking insane. I don't know if this is legit or not.
What is that? Is that a new video?
Rip. Oof, they lit that fucking thing up.
That's a video
Look
game.
at the traces.
Everyone. Much love, XQCL.
This one is literally Arma 3. It's fake. It's Arma. Oh, god damn it!
Jesus. Chat, they have like war sirens or whatever, right? Like missile sirens. Chat, do modern NA villages have that, like in the US or whatever? Like how come these guys have that? No?
Everyone. Put this up here.
Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing, guys, I'm going to post more videos.
Chat, normally these guys get the juice, but
Airstrike explosions in a different part of Venezuela.
Chat, this is live coverage of Andy.
VPI-TV, which is a Venezuelan news account I follow. Okay, there's a report of explosions in the coastal town of La Guaira.
These are scary though, no? Chat, why did they make those scary? Jesus.
Mira, huevón, durísimo, chamo. Ya vas a ver un incendio.
So why are they doing all that?
Una vaina. Oye, oye. Ahí va algo. Está pasando.
The jungle mines $250 pop channel.
Trabajan en el aeropuerto, papá.
¿Para qué hacemos? ¿Para qué hacemos? Que se queda allá.
Mira, huevón, durísimo, chamo. Ya vas a ver un incendio, pero una vaina. Oye, marico, ve algo, está pasando.
That's insane. What kind of message was that? I hope everybody that lives there is safe and sound. The chatters and whatnot, and the people. Well, surely they're not hitting civilian buildings.
Mamá huevo, qué locura. Moscaí. Mira esa mierda, explotaron allá toda esa mierda porque tú no estás explotando.
Surely.
Mierda, marico, se prendió el peo en esa mierda, ¿oyó?
Of course not. The US would never do such a thing. Clueless also almost 100 months away.
Yeah, but I mean, why would you want to hit civilians anyway? Like you would burn through all your.
Marico, mira esa mierda.
You know?
Have you seen the How Many Dudes game? Looks like something you'd like. ADHD.
Well, it looks like it's from a fucking movie. What the fudge? Is that a military dock or something like that? Is that Arma? Guys, I'm not getting Arma. I'm not getting Arma today. Sorry. Navy base. You give me this, but I don't like it.
Marico, vamos a moverla. Graba ahí.
Espera.
Marico, no puedo creer esta mierda.
Marico, tengo el corazón pillado.
Ya, marico.
Llama ya mismo.
¿Y pillaste?
Sí.
al lado fuerte, tío, una bola.
Sí.
Marico, me dan un infarto en esta mierda. Marico, tengo el corazón a 1000, pues. Marico, escucha, nuestros papás deben estar
Muriéndose.
A mi mamá le da un infarto. No tengo que llegar a tal nivel, ¿verdad? Vamos a caminar, vamos.
Well, I can't really debunk it. I don't know. Like so the contextual clues behind this. No more power? I'm pretty sure I saw this already. Hey, good a severe incident. Yeah, saw that. All right. And geolocated the video. So what kind of port is that? Oh yeah, in that video, yeah. For the boats. It's kind of scary. Very scary. I mean, it does seem close to civilization. Chad, is that common in countries that have a military establishment so close to civilian buildings?
Hay un bombardeo.
Ok, levanta la vaina.
like you shouldn't be allowed, low key. Like your military zone should be like fucking, like completely way out.
Vamos bien, Michi.
No.
Vamos bien.
I'm using a question mark because otherwise it's kind of like a. Well, I don't mean in this context, but I mean just in general. I feel like it feels OP. Like you're baiting war crimes. Jesus. Who's defending what? There's no way you use the word defending. There's no way you use the word defending. There's no way you use that. What does that mean? Can you translate that? Who's defending anybody? Who's defending what? Yo, I can't. It says mature content on Reddit. I can't fucking do it. It emails me to log in. Like, fuck off. This is highly illegal. Germany needs to be removed from office. Interesting. This guy seems to be pretty locked in.
Link.
Mira, pero ven acá, no se metan para acá, no sabemos qué hay ahí que se queda pegado.
What is that?
Mira, pero ven.
Air Force disabled virtually all tracking transponders. Was that before? After? Otherwise it telegraphs, right? If you do it. Yeah, it's kind of impossible these days, right? I feel like with everything being tracked, like, what did they even do? If they disable everything, I mean, it telegraphs that something's gonna happen, right?
For every adversary, Venezuela has become a hotbed for every adversary of the United States to operate in the Western Hemisphere. Hezbollah has operations. The terrorist group Hezbollah, based in Lebanon, has operations that are that have been widely reported to be based in Venezuela. Iran is operating in Venezuela. Russia, China. It has become sort of the satellite state for the countries who we consider our adversaries and who are bent on trying to do everything they can to destabilize and undermine the West. So Venezuela has become a hotbed for every...
This guy's just stacking everything and hoping one of them sticks. You click select all. Chat, who is that? What's all that? They issued a new no time prohibiting U.S. aircraft from operating at all altitudes within airspace. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, we already saw that the other video. You watch. I think you were linking. We saw it way ahead of you, pal. We're kind of tapped in over here, buddy. So you said this. We saw that. Yeah, but I don't think we know, like, do we know all the extent of everything? Like,
Fuck all this. Whip it out for us, Zadian begging.
like, we know the extent of the war and the why. Chinese officials arrive in Venezuela for talks with presidents.
Q, will my flight from SFO to San Diego be okay with everything going on? I'm scared.
What does that mean, chat? I don't know. I think you should, I don't know, you should operate with caution, man. Just do your own research, man. What's SFO? San Francisco? This is potentially significant. Oh, wait, these guys are debunking this shit hard. Hold on, wait, these guys are debunking hard. Confirmed by routers. They have boot on the ground. To do what, though? I'm confused. Why is there an Iraq watermark?
WW.
What was I watching? Why, these guys are debunking shit way better than I can. Look at that. Geolocation of showing the airstrike. Yeah, but...
Wagahix, can I please get unbanned from the Discord?
Are those...
PS wide boink wide
It's kind of
boink.
hard to tell, though. It's only smoke, though, right? Like... Well, I'm just saying, pinpointing it directly, like super precisely, you would have to be able to see exactly the source and whatnot, no? Oh, hold on. POV 1. POV looking at the building, right? Oh, that would be these buildings, right? And it's pointing at those smokes. Okay. Bang, 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 bang. That's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about, yeah. What is that? It says the smoke right from a base that include the military academics as well as the general command, army strategic. What am I doing? I'm just looking. Am I not allowed to look? Am I allowed to learn a little more about my world, man? I'm getting educated somehow. Getting information. Local media channel reporting that airstrikes have targeted Arma, Venezuela, Minister of Defense. Chat, would it be possible that these guys are so unaware that they would still be, let's say, in bed at home? Jesus. Oh, just then, President of Colombia alert to the whole world that they have attacked Venezuela. Oh, is this the president that tweeted that? Why don't they just link to the tweet then? Oh, Colombia. Why don't they just link the tweet though? And have it translated? Stop. Yeah, chat making me laugh.
Research.
The fuck? Is that real?
Truly an embarrassing day to be American, Sadaf.
Well, I don't even know what even the I mean, it does look military though. No. I can't look at some of the Reddit links because I don't have an account. Let me try to log in maybe. Maybe I log in with Google?
I need you to debunk if we are finally seizing all that juicy Venezuelan oil or not.
Hold on.
For a second I thought this was Detroit.
I'm trying to log into this piece of shit. It's like I said, Reddit links.
Reminder that MD Pog voted for this like all the other magatards in chat.
Oh my god, bro, here it comes again. Gee whiz, man, shut up.
My wife's pregnant, I'm gonna name my baby XQC.
Okay, I can click Reddit now. I can't. You have to link it again. I'm logged in though. The donor is right? What do you mean the donor is right? Yo, you don't even know though. Like, we don't even know what the fuck is happening. Like, I think this is like very presumptuous.
No one should support boots on the ground. A little bombing here and there. It is what it is, but boots on ground is satanic.
Okay. Just a little bombing, you said it. Like, I think umbrella terms like or I think like blanket things like should never do this or whatever. It's just bad. Like what about when they got fucking Bin Laden? They had to have boots on the ground. I can't hear.
Would you ever do a ride along with John Cobb? Also New Year needs stream remove hub. Sometimes, Mr. Cow, I don't feel like I belong in this world. And when I feel like that, I turn on your stream to drown out the bad thoughts. Thanks for everything. What will be your KDA during this war? I expect a primary
Not funny.
activation.
Chat, what even is that though?
We saw them building a pretext for war, but holy shit, what a sad time to be an American.
Yo.
Holy shit, the way your hair looks exactly like the McDonald's golden eggs right now.
Oh,
Can I get a McDouble? No? Flip my burger. Chat spam pot friend.
Alright. What about this?
My girlfriend spent Christmas with another ma, but on New Year's said it was a new year, knew her. Advice?
Those are flares, right?
WTF Mr. Cow. I voted for Trump after I saw you stream with him.
Oh my god,
this is all your fault.
Yo, I'm about to tweak the fuck out.
Bin Laden was a different issue entirely.
What is this Reddit? Yo, what is this Reddit? Yo, what is this Reddit? What is what? Was that a bow and arrow combat in the middle of the street?
I can't talk about the details, but it's deeper. Gachi. Bombing a country to
there's no way.
Epstein
There's no way you just link me a Truth Social post. Bro, like, What the fuck is that?
Well, boys, looks like Colombia's getting a new beachfront property corner.
Who liked this piece of shit? It's the Donald. Are you good? There's
Venezuela
ain't no way.
deserves it. They have sent drugs and cartels members to our country for decades. Rest in peace.
Okay, mods. Jesus Christ.
I'm currently deployed Kaka with the Air Force. Watching your stream in the B2 bomber RM.
You guys don't have
Pretty
that.
vibrant.
I don't think you guys have a B2. Do you guys have a B2? No shot.
Huh?
Oh, with the Air Force. Okay, yeah, maybe B2, yeah. No way you're in the B2 though. This guy's not donating from a B2. Like you're bugging. Send us a picture then. Send us a picture, I'll give you $100.
You will excuse he shook the hand that signed the special
Okay,
operation.
$1,000.
Feels strong man proof that a Quebecois man can make it.
Show me a picture of you into a B2 right now. With some form of proof that it's right now, and I'll give you $1,000. No AI though, no AI though. Oh, what? These governments are so insensitive, man.
Now, Donald Trump is...
Yeah, I watched this video the other day. I'm gonna be honest with you, there has to be more than that. There has to be more. There has to be more. Buddy. This is AI. This is AI. Bro, you are not a B2, but you're just a dumb fuck. You just generated that off of Grok. I'm not clicking that stupid ass link. Anyway, what else we got today?
Watch Hassan connect you to being responsible for this after being on one stream with Trump.
Okay. Guys, I know what you want from me. I like these days. I don't like making conclusions too fast out of nowhere. I'm not a big Insta dumb fuck. I like to at least read or watch a little bit before you make a take about anything. You know what I mean?
He's insisting that the main reason he's interested in Venezuela, the main reason the US is...
Yo, comes on, you have no idea what the war is for, though. Like...
Looking at tankers off the coast.
War is always bad. No shit. No shit. But...
Venezuela comes back to drugs, the trade, the smuggling
of illegal
drugs
on
out of
why
Venezuela.
It's happening.
But what if it's not just that? Maybe there's something else going on. What if it's partly about oil? Now, on the surface, you might be thinking, why does America even need Venezuelan oil? And I can kind of understand your point, because if you look at just total oil production, look, this is up until 2005, the US was there, Venezuela was there, Saudi Arabia was there. But as you probably know, since then, everything has changed. Look, American output has gone through the roof, way above Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela has gone basically to the floor. And that's kind of post-Chavez, Maduro. They're one of the minnows now, I think 21st biggest producer in the world. So again, that question, why should America care? Well, in the US, that big rise is largely down to this. It's down to the shale revolution. So you've got fracking all around the US producing extraordinary amounts of crude oil. And here's where we get to the interesting bit. Because when you're thinking about crude oil, maybe you're just thinking about, well, look, barrels of oil. It's all the same, isn't it? Well, actually, no. So if you kind of look at crude oil, there are various different types of crude in different parts of the world. There's actually kind of various different ways you can categorize it, but one way you can look at it is look at the kind of density. So you're basically looking at how thick that crude is. And when I say thick, I mean literally how thick. This is showing you global production broken down by the density of that oil. And so you've got the kind of medium stuff. And this is probably, if you've got kind of image in your mind of what crude oil looks like, it's a bit like this, you know, it's kind of black, but it's not too viscous, it flows around. But there's other stuff as well. So this is light crude. And it kind of almost looks like a smoothie, doesn't it? And that's the same stuff. This is still crude oil, but down to the kind of geological and the biological conditions in the ground when it was being formed, you know, hundreds of millions of years ago, it comes out looking a bit different. And so that's light. You've also got heavy stuff. And it's kind of relatively small in global production. But this is gloopy, super viscous stuff. Heavy oil. So heavy, medium, light. Remember that. And remember also,
so you want light, so you don't have to refine it that much, right?
You get it out of the ground, it may look like that, but ultimately, you still need it to go into, you know, someone's car, or indeed, you know, be turned into chemicals. Basically, you need to process it, and that processing, that happens in places like this, in refineries, and there are refineries all over the world, of course. There are refineries all over the US as well. There's kind of more than 100 of them. And if we kind of look at where those refineries are, well, so there's some in California. So the history in America, actually, historically, a lot of the early Californian oil, that was the heavy, gloopy stuff. And if you look at kind of some of the refineries in America, so here are some of the refineries. There's one in LA there. These are the 10 biggest. You've got some up here around kind of towards Canada. We'll kind of come to that in a second.
Why I didn't get it? I'm still not getting it.
Down there, kind of Texas, Louisiana, on the coast. And here's the critical thing. These refineries are primarily set up for heavy oil, for taking that gloopy stuff and turning it into gasoline and all of the other different products.
Chad, how much machinery do you need, less or more, to turn the light into usable gas for your car?
But here's where things get interesting. And remember that chart I showed you?
It should be less, right?
It showed kind of shale oil and how it kind of went through the roof. The oil that's generally produced with shale oil, the fracking oil, that comes out of the ground mostly in the light form. So it's the smoothie. It's sometimes actually even clear. It comes out of the ground clear rather than black. And that's the majority of American production right now.
Okay, you keep talking about this. Dutch video before and ate all up, even though it's entirely wrong. There's a reason why Venezuela don't even sell their oil. The production is at all-time low. It's not worth producing. It's 10% overproduction globally. That's what I said last time, though.
Shale oil tends to be light stuff, and actually that's kind of going back 10 years. Look at where we are now. Look at those bars. In the last few years, the amount of light oil being produced in the US has gone up and up and up, and the amount of kind of heavy stuff has gone down. But back to those refineries. They need to be fed. If America's going to have gasoline, it needs to feed those refineries with heavy oil. So if you look at the kind of imports coming into America, in recent years, even though America is producing so much oil, more oil than it's ever produced before, it still needs to suck in loads of oil from overseas. And the type of oil we're talking about, it used to be, it's mostly heavy crude. It used to be only 12%. So only 12% of imports were heavy, gloopy crude. Now, it's about 70%. So 70% of the oil coming into America, which it needs to basically keep its economy going, is heavy crude. And where does heavy crude come from? Well, here are some of the big countries where you find most of it. It's Canada and Venezuela. There's one other I'll come to in a second, which we'll come back to. But it's Canada and it's Venezuela where you get most of this heavy crude oil.
Okay, but are they getting it, though? Are they getting it from there more?
Market puts on this.
Which is why, back to think about where those refineries are.
You would have to show
they're mostly
that
set up kind of, you've got...
Even if this was true, I'm not going to assume it's true. I'm just going to say, okay, I'm going to take it. You would also have to prove that they're also buying it from Venezuela also in greater capacity, no?
Some in the north there to get the heavy oil coming out of Canada, and you've got some
around
the kind of Louisiana and elsewhere and Texas to get that heavy oil that comes in from Venezuela. That was kind of the way they were set up. And it's really expensive to rebuild these things. You can't just chuck out a refinery very easily overnight. Some came from Mexico and the Gulf of Mexico as well, and that was pretty...
Yeah, exactly. He's saying that they have it, not that they're selling it, but he's strongly implying it, as in this is what's happening.
Heavy.
No?
So that's the picture in America. And the upshot is, even though America is producing more and more oil, the imports, this is showing you imports of oil into America, are still really high. And if you break down those imports by the country that stuff is coming from, well, there's Venezuela. And it used to be a decent slug, actually more coming from Venezuela just about than from Canada just at the turn of the millennium. But now look at what's happened since. Right now, Canada has gone from 15% of all of the US imports of oil to 61%. 61%. And Venezuela is basically next to nothing. But here's what's tantalizing, and here's the reason I think that a lot of people...
Yo. So that's the small percentage there then. It's not overlapping, right? It's cumulative, right?
Looking towards Venezuela and thinking, well, there's more to this than just drugs. Look at total oil reserves around the world. The higher these bars are, the more oil there is in the ground, so that hasn't yet been taken out of the ground. So there you've got Saudi, Iran, Iraq, all of the usual suspects. But the biggest of all, and this is according to various different sources, the biggest of all is Venezuela. And what's that oil? It's the heavy, tarry stuff that you might well want to put into those American refineries.
Yeah, but in this context, though, now what you're saying is that the premise would be that the USA would invade, then create the machinery, then pull all this shit, and then transport from the inside. That sounds outrageous. No way. Really?
Hey, XQC,
no shot.
Check out this video.
There's
on
really
some
only
cool
one
AI
other place in the
link.
world that has a kind of serious amount of heavy oil other than Canada
two
and Venezuela. And lo and behold, guess where that is?
It would take decades.
It's Russia. All of which is to say, you know, it matters what kind of oil America needs. It's worth just delving into these kind of nuances because that helps you understand a little bit more about the backstory of geopolitics.
It's about installing a leader that will open the markets to Western companies. Oh, okay. So they want somebody who's not going to be stubborn at selling this like level 1 product to be refined somewhere else. Well, why don't they do it right now then? Why don't they sell it? Because if they have it, it could make them money. Canada sells it. Huh? Sanctions.
We already made the machinery. The socialist government seized our machinery when they took power. Hassan's America. Aware?
Is that true though? You'd have to. Is that true though? Yeah, I'm gonna do this with a fact checker for real. Super Grok. Whoa! Wait. What? Oh my fucking god. That was my in-game F3C. Guys, that's my in-game F3C. I'll put this in quotations. I'll say, is this true? Wait, I didn't give him any context. No, stop it. Stop. When it comes down to, is this claim true? Guys, I'm just gonna take a dono. This is just dono Andy. Bang. Wait, they had it right at the top? They actually wrote it? Oh. Oh shit, here it comes. Hmm? I can't see anything. What the? That's like a rocket. There's no audio. While supporters frame these as reclaiming resources for the people, critics include affected companies and foreign governments view them as our seizures, rights, return, investments. Oh, widespread nationalizations and exploitations of privately owned industries, factories, farms, that's often referred to as machinery, means of production. Interesting. I don't think I'm gonna read all this. The objective of this attack is not to seize Venezuela's strategic resources, particularly the oil and its mineral, attempting to break a nation's political independence by force. They will not succeed. After more than 200 years of independence, the people will, the Venezuelan government been steadfast in defense of sovereignty. Yeah, this is complicated. Okay, I kind of get it, but. Guys, what is the Pentagon Pizza Index? Yo, is it like whenever there's pizza sales in the Pentagon, war is happening or some shit? Or less because they're not on break? That's crazy. No shot. There's less pizza being sold than usual. Oh no, that's the chat. Oh no, hold on. These numbers look really bad. Chat, this looks terrible. It's more. 700%. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. It's more. I get it now. Jesus. That's because everybody's at the office. So a lot of people, more people go on break because people they're at the job. Chat, how can they combat this theory of the pizza? They can't, right? They're fucked. This will always fuck them over. Guys, what if other countries know about this and they have the... They do fake orders. Where's my audio? Guys, where's my audio?
Forecast military action based on how busy the pizza places are around the Pentagon. Next time there's going to be an airstrike, have you guys thought about maybe just going to the cafeteria?
I'm aware of that account. I haven't thought of just going to the cafeteria. I've thought of just ordering lots of pizza on random nights, just to throw everybody off. Some Friday night when you see a bunch of Domino's orders, it might just be me on an app.
They don't troll. They don't troll. You're not going to convince them they're organized enough to actually do this. These guys are just saying it, but they actually don't actually do it.
Throwing the whole system off so we keep everybody off balance. Trust me, we look at every indicator. There's a reason Midnight Hammer worked. Because we understood open source, we understood classified ways in which the public and others are trying to watch movements, and in sensitive ways we controlled for a lot of that in ways that only the U.S. government can do it. I mean, President Trump says this all the time. There's only one military that can do what we do.
It's not really about taking their oil.
There is an account
it's
on
that with the amount
X.
of oil Venezuela has, with the right government, they could become an independent economic powerhouse with no reliance on the US. Think the next Russia or China.
Chat, what is that? Who posted this? He almost formed a thought. Who posted that? Guys, who posted this? Well, it's confusing. You want me to understand? I hate when everybody thinks that they understand everything off the rip, and you're dumb for not understanding it. When the reality is that people who assume end up being wrong. Just like with the Somalians. Let's keep it about. Chat, what is this?
Diablo.
Flight checkers are all off for now.
Vaya.
Artyom does not live. He doesn't live in fucking Venezuela. We always saw this.
Hopefully this is a vibe lifter link.
Yo, watching this though. Oh, anyway. Chat, what else we got that the chat is? It's 3 a.m. Guys, stop tagging the editor and it's telling me that he lives in Venezuela. He doesn't. Stop telling me where he lives. He knows where he lives. Alright, buddy? This requires 60,000 pages of I'll let smart people get in front on this one, and then I'll make my system later. I think we already saw this. Huh? Dude, I can't read this, man. I can't read this.
Extended Gamboa horror game.
Reports that the home of the okay, well that's I don't know what. What about this? We already saw this tank. I know what this means. Anyone working for me? I'm supposed to react to this? It's a singular tank. It's a single fucking tank. Not a tank. It's guys. Is this from World War I or II? It's APC. Guys, what is that? What is APC? An anti-personal combat vehicle? It's what? Oh, it's an armored personal carrier. Jesus Christ.